back. Dr. Murphy is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is like open up a huge Pandora's box. And we kind of, as we all know, a box of chocolates can give us a lot of good things and a lot of bad things too. I've been in medicine for now 35 years, and I've been able, fortunately, to witness so many different transformative changes in medicine. I look at the first 2 decades, this, that, and the other stuff. The last 5 to 8 years in medicine has been an absolute explosion with new technology, and we are really required in medicine to adapt every day for new technologies, new medicines, and all these other things for the improvement of our patients. So the whole idea of disruptive behavior, if it will, is not foreign to me. I know it is for some, governmental bureaucracies, and that's absolutely understandable. So this is the major challenge I would see that you guys are facing, because this is something it's actually unlike anything we've ever seen before in medicine, but absolutely understandable, unlike anything that's happened in a government bureaucracies. The old Terminator movies, we're all now afraid of, that Skynet becomes aware, and this is where the old human in the loop, I don't like to look at it that way. I like to see the humans holding the loop, because we're probably at some point going to need AI that's overwatching the AI. Because to Representative Sewell's comments, there are going to be biases in, because all this is doing is giving us information, but then correlating it, subsidizing it, and pulling it down correctly just into a quick response. It's not anything that does queries or any type of analysis, really, of any type of import that a human would do. So my main queries really are going to be about security concerns, because I will tell you, now being in politics for about 7 years, I was in the private sector for a very long time. Where are we going with making sure that we're having watchdogs, not only within the government, but outside the government? Because I think sometimes we get a little bit cloistered in our thoughts and as far as the government. I'd love us to have a private public partnership with anything like this. So be interested, Mr. Clocker or Ms. Conklin, if you have any comments about that.
Dr. Murphy, those are some very challenging questions that we're going to have to face. And you mentioned in the area of medicine, well, within the CAO, we have many professions. We have financial professionals, we have cybersecurity professionals, we have creative professionals, and the integration of these tools into those professions is going to have transformative effects. And you're exactly right; these tools are nowhere ready to replace human judgment. And the CAO will not use these tools to replace human judgment anytime soon. And I can't imagine us doing that anytime soon. You're also absolutely right. We need to talk to industry. We need to talk with executive branch partners. We need to see what other legislatures are doing and how are they dealing with these challenges. So it's just not an inward-looking issue. We need to talk across various parts of American society.
This is happening in every single segment of our society, and I really honestly would love something like Deloitte that come in and actually start auditing our own government agencies, because if you take CBO, for example, I've always thought it was the great almighty really judge of things, but found it to be vastly inaccurate. And why couldn't we use this private agencies, which do a really good job at some of these things, to do some of these things for us? Ms. Conklin, and maybe same thing with Mr. Clocker, are we going to be able to use this? And when I say security, I'm talking about not only security of data, but how about security of the House? Being able to work with the DOD, work with other administrations to make sure that our members are safe, secure, in all the different attacks. Now, I think the chairman was stating there have been a 300% increase in the number of threats against House members. Anything like that?
From a cyber perspective, we see an increase in the size, scope, and sophistication of the cyber attacks on the House. And we're responding. We're concerned about it. We will need to add more resources. We will need to add more tools, and at some point, we're going to need to add more funds to all of that.
Yeah, that's the big problem is we need more funds, and maybe AI can tell us how we can not need more funds. This is going to be different. So just last question. Over the last 6 months, the NIST framework has emerged as the benchmark for federal agents, private agencies. Quickly, Do you guys have a AI governance plan in place, or is that still something that is still being assimilated?
We've had a AI governance directive in place for about a month and a half. Our AI governance committee actually had its inaugural meeting yesterday, and it's based off of the NIST framework. And we are starting to move forward on that.
Who comprises that plan?
The governance committee, it is representatives of a variety of our business units. So it's chaired by our chief information officer, but our chief technology officer is also part of it, as well as representatives from our major business units at GPO.
All right, do you have, so you have private individuals coming in and
But it's internal to us. We are consulting. GPO is essentially runs as a business.
Right.
So we are consulting all the time with folks from industry because we need to adopt the latest tools to make sure that we remain competitive for our customers.
Great, thank you. With that, I'll yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman yields back.